Well, as you can tell, the hood is up on Oakie, and I'm inside the shop here, and the front end's off the ground, and that bad boy next to the tire is the clutch. You guessed it, transmission's out again. You'll recall I just put in a new starter in this bad boy. A link to that video is right up here, but we had some issues to where after we did it, ran fine, but Dad tried to get it to start a couple times, and it wouldn't start, and he'd roll forward just enough like that. Like the creeper here that I just about fell on, but he rolled enough forward and you get the starter engaged. Well, turns out we ended up pulling the inspection cover, and I don't have it underneath here, but I'll have to get a light. But we ended up pulling the inspection cover on the transmission. Actually, Jason first pulled the starter out and noticed right where we were, the teeth on the ring gear were missing, starting to wear off. So we pulled the inspection cover off, and sure enough, there was a big section of teeth missing on it. So that new starter pretty much chewed off the ring gear. We had a problem with it apparently, and that's, you're asking, well, you just had the clutch out. You just redid the clutch here back in March. Link to that video. Why didn't you catch it then? Well, we didn't know. At least I didn't see it, and nobody else caught it. Hindsight's 2020. We should have done it then, but hey, whatever. We're back here 8 months later doing it. We've already got the transmission down and out of the vehicle, of the truck, but this time we tried a little something different than what we did last time. As you'll see, well, that might help. Did we free it up? As you can see, that tire can spin, which we might need to check the bearing on that. It's not spinning very well. But anyways, we tried something different. We've got the front end lifted off the ground, which actually has made a world of difference if you're doing this. This has made all the difference because I'm actually able to sit right where that impact is, and I'm able to sit and do the work. I'm gonna go, Dad sent the ring gear off, and we're gonna get the flywheel off to get redone, re-ringed, and I'm gonna go pick that up. All right, I actually had to, Cody and I got the flywheel up yesterday, but I realized when they did it, shop who did it, left me, see that? And then where else? Like right there. And then there was, where was it? There was three or four like pieces. Right there they are, right there. See that? There's a line. Yeah, there you go. That. 6 little nicks. It's gonna spin and catch. That eventually is gonna destroy that clutch. So whenever they did this, so if you ever do a flywheel replacement on these things, like this, you beat it off this way, air hammer, chisel, whatever, and hammer and punch. And then you heat this ring up, set it down, and hammer it back down, which you can see there are hammer marks where they knocked it down. But when they had it like this, they were sitting on something, and whatever they had this sitting on when they were hitting left those marks on the back of the flywheel. But they only charged us $10 to do this, so it was worth it for us to send this off. But went steps forward, and I got to go 3 steps backwards. So at least now I know I can sit right there Indian style, and I can hold this up there and get the bolts in there, and it's a lot easier than laying down on the ground. All right, here we go. As you can see, I'm underneath the truck, and I'm sitting, you can see right there. Sorry, that's kind of bright. I'm sitting Indian style. The transmission is behind me. I'm hooked on it actually right now. The transmission is, see, right there behind me. But, let's see. I'll do it this way. Okay, so I am behind the flywheel right now, and
I just got it back up because we had to redo the pressure plate, which I'll show you right here what that looks like.
Okay, this is what we had to do. I had to take, see there's one of the grooves that they put in, whatever they had this sitting on. So I just took, you can see I've got little circles. Whenever you're doing this, if you do this yourself, if you have to replace a ring gear, or if you have to replace a clutch, or do the pilot bearing or whatever, because I think I mentioned in the video earlier, the pilot bearing is not in the back of the crankshaft. It's on the back of this dual-mass flywheel for this 7.3 IDI and ZF5. But if you have to do this, you can send this off, or if you trust yourself, get a flap disc and start at 12 o'clock. Start at 12 o'clock, go 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1, 4, 7, 10, you know, work your way around, and don't just do a circle and sit in one. Just kind of, you know, little baby circles, just kind of smooth it out. I mean, it'll work for what I need to do. But this actually worked perfect for, you know, we had it sitting on that little stool right there, and Jason shoved it in right to here. I picked it up, set it down here in my lap, and then I picked it up and I set it, and then he was able to get 1 bolt started, and we got 2 bolts started. And then all you do from there is I took Loctite and put these down, and now I got to torque these, which will be 47 foot-pounds, and it is a 5/8. And there we have a clutch. The clutch is back on. These are 10 millimeter at 19 as the most foot-pounds torque. Make sure you have your alignment tool lined in your pilot bearing, line your clutch up. Yep, there's, ow, there's Jason shining his light trying to fix this starter relay for the glow plug relay. 10 millimeter. This is great because I can see what you're doing, and it's like a little scope.
It's a relay like that right there, which
This?
no, that over there on the firewall. On the, yeah, the squiggly thing wouldn't have broke.
Squiggly.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
That bare wire right here goes
There's Jason.
right there.
It was broke.
We're gonna have to get a new connector. Oh, there's nothing there.
We got the transmission back in, and you can tell by fact there's no big old transmission underneath the truck that's on the ground on a jack. There's no jack under there. There's no tools. There's no drive shafts. There's no blocks. There's no tools of any kind under there. Nor is there any tools or drive shafts up on the bed here that we had. Because normally when we work on things, we make a mess. We just sprawl things out. Oh, and yeah, you can tell it's not off the ground anymore. That's another dead giveaway. Yeah, we got the glow plug situation figured out to where we don't have to use ether like we've been doing. We are back in business, which I keep saying it time and time. If you have a piece of equipment like this, it hurts you when you're down. It hurts you when you can't use it because you rely on it and you have to sacrifice and basically not get work done because you're out of commission. And it's nice to have this back on the road. So I'll go demonstrate the cold start that we don't have to use ether for. Don't know if you can hear that hum. That click, I'm gonna cycle it 3 times now. There's 2. And 3 should fire up. And there you have it. A cold start with the actual glow plugs without having to use ether. And see? I don't know, you may not be able to see my breath, but it's pretty cold inside the shop. But you saw it took a little bit to crank. I cycled it 3 times, and it probably would have done a little bit better if we'd had if I had plugged the block in, it probably would have fired right up right away. But for a cold start, we're finally back in business. We don't have to rely on ether. And yeah, so let's knock on wood, we're good to go. All right, I gotta go get my trailer hooked up and I gotta go do some work. Thank y'all for watching. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. If you have subscribed, hit that bell, and we'll put out some new videos here soon.